Yeah,
What's good, white guy?
you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
I bet. We used to have some technical difficulties. I'm still a baby to this shit.
Yo, I be dead moving like I just came home like 3 months ago.
Sometimes that makes sense.
Word, like all this tech savvy stuff.
Word,
Like you
man.
gotta, you gotta keep you got every all the time something changed, bro. So you gotta stay on top of this stuff.
Thanks. Let me move this shit up a little bit. All right, bro. So let me tell you what we got for the agenda today, man. We're gonna talk about, we're gonna get into Rikers Island first. I want to run these people through what it's like to be a day room nigga if they ever think they want to be gangsters and go to jail. Day room is just a word that we use in New York, but it means whatever you are if you soft in any other county. And I just want to run them down on what a typical day for a day room nigga is, what their life will consist of. I want to get into that with you. Secondly, I want to discuss being that it's Ramadan right now. It's still Ramadan, right?
Yeah.
Being that it's still Ramadan right now, I want you to discuss as a brother practicing Islam what it's like during Ramadan for a Muslim in Rikers Island. Just go into detail about that, discuss what that's like. And also I want you to, because I believe you briefly touched on it before, but I want you to discuss what was it like transitioning and what's some of the headaches you had to go through transitioning to Muslim in jail. Then I want to ask you, and I'm gonna answer the same question for myself. If you had to do it over and you had no choice but to do it over, would you have moved a little bit differently considering all the things that you know now? And then if we got time, we're going to discuss a little bit of relationship stuff, you know what I'm saying? Pertaining to single mothers, not shooting at them, because that just makes you part of the problem. But just we're going to discuss a few things. I have a topic on that situation. So that's what we're going to do. So if y'all never seen us together before, man, this is Nate Almighty, a.k.a. the global dark-skinned ambassador, and the good brother Vic Slang Hope. Personally, one of my favorite YouTubers. This is a brother who stands on principles and morals. This is a brother who is from the streets, but just like me, managed to understand his true value and began to practice what I call is true masculinity, which is simply just being yourself and having morals and principles, and that can be whatever you want it to be. So without further ado, we're going to get straight to it on the first topic, the life of a day room nigga. Okay, so those of you who have never been to the island, those of you who don't know what the term is, basically it's just you soft. That means you are with the program. And what the program consists of, hold on, look like my glasses is reflecting a little too much. What the program
I ain't gonna
consists
lie.
of,
That camera you got is fire, bro.
you feel me? Yo, but when we be uploading these to YouTube, they be mad condensing and messing up the quality and all that. They
Yeah.
be on some wild shit. But
That
like
camera look clear though.
yeah, it's clear now. Let's hope it stay that way. You know what I'm saying? But if you with the program, that means basically you walk in the A and B gate. They might press you before you even make it to your cell. But if you make it to your cell, you might be unpacking your stuff and they be like, yo, listen, what set you back? Where you from? Do you know this person, that person? And then they'll ask you, yo, what you planning to do here? What you planning to do here during your career in Rikers Island? Now, if you just don't want no problems, you might say, hey, listen, I'm here to do my bid and go home. They immediately will look at you as fool. You know what I'm saying? And they'll say, well, listen, you're going to have to follow the program in. You might be like, hey, what's the program? They're like, okay, listen, when you walk in the day room, you sit all the way in the back, the iron horse, also known as the deck. They say, yo, go sit on the deck. Now, already, if you're a man and you think some type of highly of yourself, you automatically gonna feel disrespected. Like, dang, they telling me to sit on the iron penis? That's crazy. You feel me? Like, you gonna feel disrespected immediately. Shout out to all y'all in the comments too. We gonna get to the comments. I believe, I think Vic Slang Hope eyes is better than mine's. So you see anything interesting that you want to comment on in the comments, go ahead, my brother. But
yo, bro, I can't even see the comments, to be honest. Hold on, let me see.
So I might have to keep my glasses on a little bit. We
Oh,
gonna
no,
read some of those.
no, I can
OG
see the
Sunny
comments. I can see the
Blanco.
comments. I can
Was
see them.
good. Was good.
No.
No black, no black records was good, my brother. But
Nah, I can see them. I can see them, bro.
Oh, all right, cool. So they're gonna be like, yo, listen, you gotta follow the program. You go sit in the back, sit on the They're gonna say, yo, listen, I tell you to clean, you gotta clean. They're gonna tell you, hey, yo, listen, when you get your commissary, I'm gonna give you this little list. You get everything I ask you to get, or else. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna tell you, hey, listen, when I ask you for a phone call, give me this phone call, or else. You feel me? And a whole bunch of other things you're gonna have to go through if you allow yourself to become a day room nigga. Now, this is not to make fun of people who go through it in Rikers Island. This is just to discuss what people go through. Now, Vic Slang Hope, my brother, in your opinion, just to start off with, did I miss anything before we go into detail? What would you say a day room dummy is or was based off of your time in Rikers Island?
I want to ask you a question because you mentioned that a day room dummy is basically somebody who's soft. So I want to ask you, do you think you could be tough and still be a day room dummy?
I don't know, bro, because you know what they go through. They violate your basic humanities. Like, they tell you don't talk in the day room, or you get slapped in your face.
Cause look. Like, for example, right? Like I only could talk about my situation, right? Like, I used to see people go through certain things, but my whole thing is like this. Boom. So, and I got the stories on on my channel too, right? But my whole thing is this: when I went in there, one of the first things that I learned as a man, bro, you can't care about what other people think about you.
You absolutely right.
That was like the first thing, the first lesson that I had to slowly learn was that it don't matter what people think about you. You know what I'm saying? You try me, I'm gonna crush you.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I don't got nothing to prove. So when I came through, for example, the house I was in, 2 Main South, they only had 3 tables. It's usually 4 tables. So they only had 3 tables, right? And when I got there, the house was going through a transition, meaning that like whoever just had the crib had left. It was some dude named Trey.
Yeah, I call those regime changes. Yeah.
Yeah, so whoever had the crib, he went to the Sinai house. Nobody wanted to go to the Far Lower when I was there, right? Because they was getting killed. So this dude, whoever had the crib, he left. Now it's a new management, right? So when new management came, they was kind of like trying to figure out. So mind you, it was 3 tables, and some people used to be sitting on the floor.
Crazy. So, I mean, well, if it ain't no room, then you got to do it.
You know what I'm saying? So when I came, I used to sit at this one table in the front, and then I used to overhear them having conversations about we're gonna make that the dick. You know what I'm saying? So it was almost like they was in transition. But at the end of the day, I didn't really care. You feel me? So
yeah.
I didn't care about the program. I didn't care about nothing. I just my whole mindset was just like, yo, don't step to me with none of that mess, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care what y'all doing. As long as I get on the phone, I get my commissary, and nobody mess with me, I'm good. So that was my mindset, right? So at one point, I said this in one of my videos, I was sitting at one of those tables, the table that they considered the dick, right? Now, of course, you know how it goes. When people hear it, when my mans heard this in 5 Main, they're like, yo, your boy over there is sitting on the dick in 2 Main, bro. You feel me?
Yeah.
So in his mind, he like, yo, I remember he sent me a kite like, yo, bro, what's going on, bro? I know you from the town, bro. Come on, bro. Like, what are you doing over there? Like, he was just like, yo, just rock it off. So I don't know what he thinking in his mind. he probably thinking that they're violating me, they taking stuff from me. But my whole thing is like, bro, I'm good. I told him, bro, I'm chilling, bro. Like, I was like, yo, bro, I'm not fighting over food. I'm not fighting over certain things, right? At the end of the day, this is how I looked at it. I was like, I don't care what they say. They could say whatever, but I didn't go through what other day room dummies went through. But if it comes down to if it comes down to terminologies, right, and where I was sitting and all of that stuff, then yeah, somebody might say I was a day room dude, right? But nobody took nothing from me. Nobody ever had my pen. Nobody ever like did some of the violating things that they did to some of these other dudes. You feel me? Like if I wanted to talk when they turned the TV off, I would talk. You feel me? Okay. So I wasn't acting like I was super tough, but it's like, yo, bro, you're not gonna push me or tell me to sit down when I, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna tell me when to shut up. So it was some of those things, you feel me? Like, so that's why I asked the question, because it's like somebody might say, well, he was sitting there, so he had to be one. But then at the same time, it's like nobody took none from me or did none of those things. You feel me? So
yeah. All right. So you know what? I've seen instances like that myself, and I would say, after you say that, then being a day room dummy and being like soft and with the program, it's less. The seating arrangement is probably the least significant part of it all, because now I would say in that era, being a day room dummy is more in what's in your heart. You feel me? Like, cause you could sit wherever you sitting at, but if you're not being extorted, if you're not giving up phone calls, if you're not being slapped up, you know what I'm saying? If you're not getting bullied whatsoever, then you holding it down. You holding it down, pretty much, being a G. I would say, nah, you wasn't day room. You wasn't day room. You know what I'm saying? So some people, the seating arrangement don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when I seen a couple Muslims, you know, they'll sit back, front, whatever, especially after the chairs got taken away. But, you know, like, they was out. You know what I'm saying? They didn't really, if they allowed the pressure to get to them, then they would go by them same jurisdictions. But most of them, they didn't go by them same jurisdictions because they was Muslim. You know, Muslims technically ain't supposed to be oppressive and participating in those type of politics. So you're right. That was a good question. Question.
But back to what you were saying though, yeah, like I witnessed, like I just seen a whole bunch of crazy stuff, man. Like I witnessed, it was a dude across from me from the Bronx. I was trying to hold him down, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, they used to have a list for this dude. They used to pull up with the, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, get this. And his mom used to send him money. And I used to see this dude, like, if he'll go 100, like they'll leave him with like $40 or $30. You know what I'm saying? So 60 of his dollars, mind you, this is every week. So 60 of his dollars is going to just the crib. You know, so, and I used to be like, yo, this is crazy. Like,
he didn't want no problems at all.
Yo, I feel bad for him. So I'm like, yo, bro, like, what's up with you? Like, see, I'm the type of person that I don't like oppression, bro. Like that's probably one of the things that made me turn Crip. I just don't like the oppression, right? And so when I seen that, I'm like, yo, bro, like, I will help you, bro, but you gotta fight for you. Like, that's what I told him. I was like, yo, you gotta fight for yourself, bro. Like, I said, but I help you. The first thing he told me, he said, bro, I ain't getting beat up for no food. I was like,
I get it, but I don't
Hold on, man. You sounding sus, man. What you mean you get it?
I no, see, I'm 31 now. So like I get it. Like he might have been thinking it ain't worth it.
Bro, you giving up your hold on. You giving up your food?
No, but I said I get him saying that.
Nah, bro. It's no getting that, bro. They're taking food.
If you're not like that, then why try to be like that?
I get that. All right.
Give up the food so you don't get hurt. Some niggas just don't want to take a punch in the face, bro. Like,
nah, you right. You're right. If you're not like that, I just feel like You
Principles.
right,
It's
though.
morals and principles you gotta stand on.
Yo,
But if you ain't like that, don't. Just give the
yo,
shit up. You going home soon anyway. Just give it
yo,
up.
I just, yo, I feel like as a man, and this is why I say this, right? As a man, first of all, let's keep it. If we want to talk about the animal kingdom, even rats, when they are cornered, they go into attack.
Facts.
Right? Even rats, even the most smallest animal, when you corner them, they go into attack. So I can't see how, like, you as a man is just willing to just give up your money. And then when I told him, I'm like, yo, bro, your mom send you money every week, bro, not to give it to people, bro. He was like, bro, he said, bro, that's my money. He tried to get, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what?
And that's when you leave niggas alone. Because he made his decision.
But look. This is the same day room dummy that they try to tell to hang up my phone call. You feel me? This is the same dude that tried to act tough with me when I was trying to help you, bro. So I'm looking at this dude. I said this in one of my videos too. I watch when they send this dude to hang up my phone call, bro. And
you seen him line it up? You seen him line it up?
I seen the dudes talking to him. I don't know what they was talking about, but I'm on the phone jonesing with my shorty.
So he was trying to be a climber. You know, sometimes the day room dummies, they try to like climb and like they try to like take control of the day room and then they try to get a higher spot. He was trying to climb up.
Yeah, he was trying to be good. No, he's not even part of the team or none of that. He's still a day room dude. But I guess he's trying to get up there. You know what I'm saying? So he pulls up. I watched the whole thing, right? So he pulls up to me and he's like, yo, you got to hang up the phone, bro. So I'm thinking he's joking. You know what I'm saying? So he laughed. Because I'm looking at this dude like, bro, you wasn't even willing to fight for your food. You think they sent the wrong dude to come try to put some fear in me. You feel me? He like, yo, you got to hang up the phone. And mind you, dudes in the crib will set you up like that. That's what they do. They set up day room dummies all the time. They because bro, none of them ever hung up my phone calls. None of them ever stepped up to me and hung up the phone. So why would you feel like they were saying you? Like, you know what I'm saying? He just dumb. Anyway.
Because the people in charge, a lot of times, just because you tough in one crib, don't mean if you fight and get sent to another one, you're going to be tough. So they don't be wanting to risk losing their spot.
Facts.
They don't want to risk getting exposed by somebody and getting beat up. And then they name change in 24 hours. They don't be wanting to risk that.
And that's the truth too. A lot of people, and that's why I say, like, I think my trajectory went the way it went because of the house I was in. You know, because I'm not gonna say what's the toughest of the toughest, right? I'm not gonna be like a lot of these dudes fronting, acting like they was in the craziest houses, because the crazy house was far lower and nobody wanted to go there. because if you that was the sign out crib. So if you was not going to school, you was in the house all day. If you got beat up, you couldn't go nowhere else because you signed out of school. So in order for you to get moved, like they used to beat dudes to the point they were signed back into school, not because they wanted to go to school, but because they was just getting beat up every day. That's all they did down there, and you couldn't go nowhere else because everywhere else went to school. So they used to make dudes sign back into school. That's how bad it was. You know what I'm saying? So
crazy.
So this was the thing. So some dudes that had cribs that was tough somewhere else, when they went to far lower, a lot of them realized like, oh nah, like I'm out of here. I'm going back. I'm going to get my GED. You know.
Wait, hold on. Shout out my big bro, my real big brother, same father, Hosman the Emperor in the building. Peace. I don't know if you know, Vic, but my brother fuck with you hard. He be watching some of your shit. It's my older brother and shit.
Okay. Shout out to Heisman. Okay. Yeah, so the house I was in, like you said, like they try to set dudes up, right? Like a lot of times dudes, they couldn't really read me, you feel me? Because they like, he's sitting on the dick, but he also not like with it. Like we can't say he with it, you feel me? So it was just kind of like, I'm not fighting over muffins. I ain't really care about Sunday muffins. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes dudes used to play games with the muffins and the cereal. You know how that go. And so they kind of like didn't know where I was standing. You feel me? Like even when the dude tried to ask me, Crip dude, mind you, when I came through, I'm thinking it's supposed to be Crip love. and after this dude was like, yo, where you from? What hood you pushing? He hit me with the, yo, what you think you're gonna be doing in here? And I'm like, Mind you, I don't know what that means. I'm in my cell too. And I said this in my video, so I don't want to regurgitate this. But the whole point is, I witness a lot of dudes. I witness dudes do, like, they do things for to the day room dummies, they do things for entertainment. So I watch dudes take oranges and like rub oranges in the eyes of people.
Oh,
Like,
that's violation.
and there will be a dude,
I never heard of that before. That's violation.
It would be a dude sitting right next to me, and I'd be like, yo, what the hell is going on? Like they'll be rubbing oranges in his face, like, and you know, oranges got that burn. They got that burn.
Exactly, bro. It's like getting soap in your eye or something.
Yo, so I watch a lot of crazy stuff, bro. Like I watch like dudes digging their butt and like rub it in your face, like you know what I'm saying? Like so I watch dudes do like a lot of crazy stuff. You feel me? Like so.
Yo, was you during your time? Was they doing the open rib thing where if they see some dudes and their ribs would be open, they'd just sneak up from behind them, crack them in their ribs mad hard? This is what they was doing to their niggas. Or they would choke them out, put them to sleep, sneak up from behind them, put them to sleep, and then slap them to wake them up, throw water on their face.
I used to see so when I was there, like I hated prison, right? I hate jail. So I didn't really hang around in the day room like that. Like I would be in the day room. Like let's say I had to make a meal. Like I ain't going front, bro. I used to be in my cell a lot. I hated it, bro. Like my first months in jail was like the hardest. I still was having dreams that I was in the town, waking up in the prison. Like I was having wet dreams. It was crazy. Like the first 3 months was mad hard because it's like your brain is still adapting to confinement. So I literally was having dreams that I was home, bro, like running around doing things, and then I'll wake up and I just see the white cinder block.
Wake up tight.
You know, so I spent a lot of time to myself, bro. I didn't really want to be around nobody. People not really talking about nothing. So a lot of people in adolescence was dirty. You know what I'm saying? Little young dudes wasn't bathing like that. Yeah. Like, so it was crazy. You feel me? Like, but what I did, like, it used to be crazy, bro. They used to have dudes dancing when I was there. They used to have these dudes, man, like putting their hands on the wall, doing the Beyonce, the
Yo, you know, that's a legend. Yo, I came home and found out, yo, that dance is like 20, 30 years old. Bro.
Like they used to have dudes, and a lot of these things are questionable, right? Because it's like
it's all homoerotic.
Yeah. Like you tell a man to shake their ass, right? Like you think it's funny, but that's questionable to you, right? Like you're questionable. Or they'll tell them put your shirt through the thing, like do the little crop top.
Yeah, like that. That questions just the mind state of a man under these type of oppressive situations, because it's like you thinking about how do you violate the next man the most, and it's by humiliating him, violating his manhood. Yeah, most of all the things day room niggas go through, went
even
through,
today,
violating their manhood.
Even now, bro, think about it. Think about how we think something is disrespectful. You tell somebody to suck your penis, bro. That's a homosexual act.
Mad disrespect. Right? Sometimes I feel like New York City invented that because they don't say that nowhere else. They don't play that down here where I'm at. You'll get shot.
So that's a homosexual act if you really think about it. You're inviting another man to suck your penis, right? So a lot of times when we think of disrespect, it's almost like gay acts, or we're telling a man that he's acting like a woman, right? Or we'll call him a woman's private part. So just think about the things that we say to each other when we're trying to emasculate each other, right? It's usually something gay, or we're trying to say something feminine, or use so some of those dudes, man, I knew dudes who didn't even get to call their family, bro, because their PIN numbers was taken. I knew dudes who just were afraid to come out. They didn't come out at all. Like I spent a lot of time in my cell, but I would come out to eat, you know what I'm saying, to make a meal. I would come out to get on the phone. I always got on the phone, right? Like my shorty would tell you, like I called her all the time, right? So it's certain things that I did. I came out and showered. I ain't play that shower stuff. Like I came out, showered. So it's like some dudes, they was afraid to get in the shower, bro. I knew dudes that didn't come out their cell, not even to shower, right? I knew dudes who never got on the phone. I knew dudes who was just getting violated, right? They used to get slapped up. Whenever one of these dudes used to come back from court mad, a day room dummy used to be the wreck. Like he would get slapped, like or he would, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I watched a lot of things, right? Like I watched dudes touch their genitals and rub dudes' faces, like, and dudes knew they did that, right? Like watched them, seen them. So I used to just be like, yo, I
Yeah,
ain't
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, like in Marjorie Lowell, my man's from Cortland did that to somebody. He dropped his nuts on dude's head because he was like running the phones or whatever. And he got into an argument with one of the dudes, and the dude was like, "Nah, listen, I'm gonna be on the phone longer, this, that, and the third." So once it was his time to get on the phone, he used the phone and then he went and laid down. My man just walked up to him, dropped his nuts on the dude's head. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, it's so fucked up, but it was funny at the time. Like I ain't gonna lie, it's like it was fucked up though, bro. Like it's a lot of things I think back on, and I be like, yo, that's the humanity in that is non-existent. The maturity in that was non-existent, and it was like a big like fight after that, cause like he popped on my man's, and then like he was just standing up for himself, and then he got violated by my man's. He popped on my man's. Of course, you know what had to happen after that. We had to roll on him after that. And for real, he was just being tough. He really, you know what I'm saying, got violated. Like he could have stabbed my man's whatever, you know what I'm saying, if he had a weapon. And my man's would have earned that.
Yeah. Yeah. And one thing I would say about the house I was in, the dude I was running it was this dude named Pooh Black from Far Rock. Right? And Pooh Black was a cool dude. Like I ain't gonna hold you. He wasn't like a tyrant. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't a tyrant. He wasn't really, I never really seen him move in the type of way to like we just gonna smoke somebody and do this and do that.
It was dudes like that, man.
You know what I'm saying? So he was like, yo, if a dude was a stand-up dude, like he'll give a dude a one-on-one, all that. You know, feel me? So and that was my thing. I knew I was Crip in the town, and I knew when I got to jail, I just had to have hands. You feel me? Like, so I wasn't really worried about fighting. You feel me? Like I already knew, and a lot of them dudes that be on them rocking teams and whatever, like a lot of them dudes can't really fight, to be honest. A lot of them dudes.
That's what we gonna get into too. I seen day room dudes, they end up coming up because they be day room, but then they just start like getting cool with dudes who's running the spot. They start slap boxing with them, and people start noticing they got real hands. And then before you know it, they mess around and knock one of these niggas out.
Yeah. Okay. Shout outs to Ref Fern Ledburn. Yeah, definitely. So I wasn't really worrying about getting into a fight, bro. I just knew they was gonna jump me, and I've been jumped in the town, so I already knew how the game go.
Yeah. Once you get jumped like once or twice in your life, you realize that the wound's gonna heal in like a day or two. It ain't
you know what I'm saying. And when you young, you know what I'm saying. When you young, your wounds heal a little fast. You know,
cover your face, you'll be all right. Take
the rules for getting jumped is always fight back. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's why I be trying to tell people: when you sit there and don't fight back, you give your enemy the chance of just having their way with you. You know what I'm saying? But when you fight back, like people gotta block, people gotta weave, people gotta do that too. You feel me? So it's make it easy on yourself, you know.
Facts.
But
and they doing so much swinging. If you just focus on one, you might really just you might be able to close his eye or something. Cause they so busy swinging, they not thinking about blocking.
Yeah. And some of them dudes be hitting each other. You gotta understand when 10 dudes is trying to jump you, only really like three to four dudes is actually getting hits. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So you swinging back, but you just gotta know certain arts, man. Keep your mouth closed. Avoid getting your jaw broken if you keep your mouth tight and closed, right? Like it's just certain things to it, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of these dudes, you know, they wasn't doing certain things in the street. You could tell the dudes that was just like constantly fighting in the street and constantly banging out from the dudes who was just used to being with a group or a crowd. You know what I'm saying? You can just tell. So
because they always want to jump. They ain't never trying to call nobody out for a one-on. They just exerting themselves in a whole bunch of situations. They ain't never okay, so me and you, corner. Play the
Yeah,
corner.
facts. And that's when you see people true colors. So the dude in my house, it was a lot of dudes from Far Rock in my house. I ain't gonna lie, I got cool with a lot of dudes from Far Rock. You feel me? Like the Far Rock. Shout out to Far Rock
Far
America,
Rock,
man.
Far Rock. Most of the Far Rock niggas I came across was gangster. I ain't gonna lie.
Facts. Shout out to the
Rock
sixth
is
borough.
different. Far Rock is different. They was calling themselves the sixth borough and all that.
You know what I'm saying? Like
different.
So definitely it was a lot of dudes from Far Rock. You feel me? But there was some. It was. So the dude kind of like ran the crib a little smooth. You feel me? Like I remember one time they tried to tell me to shut up because I was talking and they turned the TV off. So the dude, it was this dude from Harlem. He was part of the team too. I ain't gonna say his name because he kind of known too. So he tried to tell me like he was YG too. So it was bad funny. So he like, yo, TV off. So TV off means shut up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking. It used to be this other folk kid, Rico, and we was talking, chopping it up. So Rico was, he wasn't part of the team. Yo, he was just himself. Like he wasn't down with the team. He wasn't down with the rocking table, but he was good. You feel me? Like he was just good. Like if he used to eat standing up. Maybe from time to time he might have, they didn't want no problems with him. So they might have let him sit down, but he wasn't with none of that. You feel me? Like he was just good. So me and him was chopping it up. So of course they're gonna come to me, right? They ain't gonna say nothing to Rico. So they said something to me like, yo, TV off, like sit down or something. So I'm like, yo, so I kept talking. So the dude tried to push me, right? Like I'm like, yo, bro. So I mushed him. But this is the type of things that you're gonna go through, right? Like when you try to like stand up for yourself as a man, like sometimes you're gonna get blitzed, and sometimes
you run the risk of getting blitzed. It's about 90% a chance. You just gotta be ready for it.
Yeah, and you're always gonna have dudes, soldiers, right, who are trying to become generals, who are trying to get in position. And a lot of times these dudes are just seeking validation, So yeah, man. And I remember the whole house tried to jump me. Once I mushed them, yo, everybody from the team table got up from the rocking spot. They're like, yo, what's up? Mind you, I wasn't even Crip no more at the time. And there was this one dude, soft dude from Far Rock, man. Yo, his name was Berry, man. I'm gonna just expose him. Berry was soft as hell. I think he was really living off the other Far Rock dudes. But he got up and he was like, and you on hardback too? Like just trying to be down, bro. He wasn't even blood. Well, I don't think he was blood. But like he was just trying to try too hard, bro. Like everybody knew he wasn't even really built like that. But he was living off his mans in them. You know how it go. So yeah, man, he tried to like he was one of the main ones talking. They was like, man, so they all got up. So the CEO come. The CEO was from Southside, right? So he's like, what's going on in here? He said, we got a problem. Mind you, I'm like, I already know he gonna let the one on rock. He not gonna let nobody get jumped. That was his motto. You feel me? So I'm with it. So he like, what happened? Like, y'all want to fight? Like, what's going on? So I'm like, it is what it is. Like, you feel me? Like, so the dude that pushed me, he didn't say nothing. He's like, yo, what's up? You want to fight? He didn't say nothing. You feel me? So nobody else said anything that they wanted to fight, right? So he was like, all right, because there ain't going to be no jumping. Like, it's going to be a one-on-one, and I'm not sending nobody to the infirmary, and when I tell you to stop, you better stop. Bro, it wasn't Captain Edwards. I think his name was Jones. But, yeah, bro, nobody said nothing. So Pooh Black, the dude that used to run the house, he was like, yo, y'all all soft. He said, how nobody want to fight? Just a few seconds ago, y'all all jumped up, y'all was ready to jump this man. Mind you, he was running the crib. He was like, just a few moments ago, y'all was ready to jump this dude. Now nobody want to fight one on. He said, yo, y'all soft, B. Like,
I like Pooh Black. He was diplomatic.
Yeah, he was a cool dude. You feel me? Like, so that's just some of the things that goes on when you try to stand up for yourself. But I just believe as a man, bro, you ain't got to be the toughest. You ain't got to be the strongest, but you got to be able to fight for yours, bro. That's it.
Or take an ass kicking with grace.
Yeah.
You can't beat everybody, but hey, let them know that they basically gotta kill you to get what they want from
and you. Even if and my whole thing is this: if somebody jumped me in the crib, bro, like that's cool. But I guarantee you, tomorrow, I got jumped in the street before. And I came outside the next day with the vengeance. So that's just the way you gotta move, bro. Like you get smoked today, bro. People go to medication. People go to the visits. People go bro. You go wherever. You gotta figure out a way, bro. Like that people gotta feel you, bro. They gotta feel like, Nah, whether I gotta rock it off on whoever I got the crib, or I gotta rock it off on whoever instigated the situation, you gotta get somebody, bro. Like that's just what it gotta be. Like, so I don't. When people say I got jumped and I just held it down and I'll be like, I don't know, bro. Somebody got to get it.
Or at least okay, y'all jump me now. Okay, cool. Who won the one on now?
Nah, bro.
I want just by something.
I feel you, but once you get jumped, for me, once I get jumped, bro, that's not like a negotiation. Can I get the one on? Nah, bro, y'all jumped me, y'all transgressed already. You feel me? At this point, you just gotta get your cold craft in a sock. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, and then you gotta think about, all right, who is it really gonna matter if you violate the most? Do you violate dude that got the crib? Was he responsible for it? Do you violate one of the soldiers from the rocking team who got you jumped, or whoever started it, whoever rocked it off first? You gotta make a decision on who you gonna violate in a crazy way because they already transgressed. That's just how I look at it.
What type of statement you want to make?
Yeah, that's how I look at it.
What type of statement?
And me, I'm always about making an example of whoever was responsible. So if the dude that got the crib wasn't the one that the issue was with, or if he wasn't the one that initially got me jumped, I don't think my problem is with him. But sometimes you gotta take it to him because you might want to take over the crib. So it depends. And sometimes that don't work. Sometimes you could beat up whoever got the crib and you still get washed up. They don't care, right? So I just think about whoever initiated the problem and whoever is responsible for me getting jumped. That's the person who you got to go after, if that makes sense.
Makes all the sense in the world. All right, so let's move on to the next topic. Explain to the people, what is Ramadan like on Rikers Island? What's the process of Ramadan? For those who don't know what Ramadan is and what has to go on during Ramadan, go ahead and explain it for them.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to the brother in the chat. So Ramadan basically is it's the holy month in which the Quran was revealed. This is the month in which the Prophet started to receive revelation from God, and so this is the 9th month in the lunar calendar of the Islamic lunar months. So it's considered our holy month, and it's also considered like the month that all the religious texts were revealed in. So we fast on that day for 30 days. I mean, it's usually 29 or 30 days. It changes, right? Because it's based on the moon, right? It's the lunar calendar. So the lunar days is usually 29 or 30, the lunar months. So we fast for about 29, 30 days from some people think it's from sun up to sundown, but it's really from dawn. The moment that you could distinguish the difference between night and day, that's way before sunrise. So we fast from dawn all the way to when the sun set, and we gotta abstain from food, drink, cursing, just unnecessary conversations, sexual relations with our wives, and it's also a month where we give charity, a month where you just kind of be on your best behavior and in your devotion to your Lord. So in prison you kind of restricted in a certain way. But Ramadan in jail is one of the best times for the Muslim because a lot of times we get food that is usually not from the jail. Sometimes we get a little different meals.
Oh,
right?
I remember that. I used to hate. I used to be jealous.
Yeah.
Like, yo, the ox eating good. What's going on, yo?
Yeah, so sometimes we used to get certain things that were not offered by the jail, just specifically for us. Another thing is we had more time during Ramadan. They allow us to be in the mosque for longer periods of time. So we get to be around each other more. Before that, you usually only around each other for Juma, which is on Friday, and during some classes, if your building had classes. Some buildings didn't have no classes. Or some buildings only had one class aside from the sermon on Friday. So we was able to be together for the whole 30 days during the month of Ramadan, right? So, and for a lot of periods of hours. So we was able to be around each other, get to know each other, learn, study, and a lot of things. So that's one of the good experiences of Ramadan in prison, that we get to be around each other and we get to learn and we get to eat other things that not necessarily are provided for by the jail.
I bet. Now, moving on. If you had no choice but to go back to the same era of your life, the same age when you first went to Rikers Island, if you had no choice but to go back and do it over, is there anything you would say you would have done differently as far as the way you carried yourself while on Rikers Island?
I don't think I would do any. Hold on, I gotta think about it. Hold up now. Hold up. I think that. Hold on real quick. I'm over here. I'm just over here sharing the video. I don't think when I think about it, I don't really feel like I will be doing something different. Cause I tell people all the time, well, I'm thinking. Yeah, I don't think I really would do anything different. Cause I tell people all the time, like I used to tell people, like, you know, people always had this advice about, Joe, when you go to Rikers.
Hold on, bro. One second. Hey, I just got a cash app from Racial Right. Forgive me if I'm not saying your name right. Just a cash app donation. No Black Records. If I'm saying it wrong, forgive me. I see your name in the comment section. I appreciate you, brother. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, so I would say that I don't think I would do anything different. Because I be telling people, like, at the end of the day, like, I try to put people on, like, so I tell them, like, a lot of people will tell you, like, when you go in there, just snuff somebody. And I would never advise that. So I think the way I came in, I was very observant. I watched what was going on. I listened. I paid attention. I was hyper vigilant. So, and I think, like, my Rikers Island career in adolescence didn't go as bad. It was a lot of dudes that I knew was getting their jaw broke, or they was getting jumped all the time, or they was just going through it. And I felt like I relatively had like a little smooth transition. And I think some of that was also me, right? Growing as a person. I also like let go of a lot of things. I let go of a lot of pride. I let go of, like, I don't care what they think about me. You know what I'm saying? As long as they don't put their hands on me. One of the main reasons I moved like that was because I actually believe that if you was on your best behavior, that the judge would care. I actually believe that it was, if it would be, you know, the way that the jail record works.
Lie they wanted us to believe.
Yo, the way that the jail record works is like this. If you're an upstanding inmate, it don't work for your benefit. But if you're bad and you got a lot of tickets and all of that stuff, it works against you. So it's crazy how that goes, right? But I believe my lawyer used to tell me, stay out of trouble. You got a violent crime. They trying to make you seem like you just this menace in the community. So just chill out. Don't give them what they want, basically. Don't have them like, look at them. Look what he doing. Because, yo, I ain't going to front, man. The DA was trying to have my trial be a closed trial with nobody come in, because they was listening to me on the phone, and they was like, yo, and the snitch, the dude who was telling, was, by the way, he locked up for rape right now. So, you know, God works in mysterious ways.
Oh, man. Hey, listen, I don't wish nothing on most people, but if you locked up for that R word, I wish nothing but the worst for you. It's never that serious.
Oh, no, I ain't the rest of y'all, man. I wish jail on my enemies. I ain't the rest of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they go in there and get their life together. But I ain't over here wishing good on my enemies like the rest of y'all. I ain't that good. You know what I'm saying?
You locked up for that R word, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I hope you get everything you deserve.
The bad thing about it is that this dude turned Muslim, so I'm tight. You
for his safety.
You know what I'm saying? I'm tight. I'm very mad about that. But anyway, moving right along. I don't think I did anything wrong. I felt like when I went in there, I was hyper vigilant. I was paying attention. And I didn't just go in there and snuff somebody, because you never know who you might snuff. Like, a lot of dudes be telling dudes the wrong thing. Go in there and make an example. Bro, you might snuff the wrong dude, and now you got a whole bed full of problems.
Yeah,
right?
Yo, that's like 48 laws of power. I forgot what number law that is. but it's don't offend the wrong person. That might be the first. That ain't the first one.
No, that's not the first one.
It's don't offend the wrong person.
I got the book right here.
Do not offend. What law is that?
I don't know. It's not coming up. But yeah, like, yeah, I can't really see it right now. But yeah, you can't do that, man. Like you can't just go up in there, you know what I'm saying, and think you're just gonna snuff somebody and everybody's just gonna respect you. Nah, bro. That's not how it works. I think people be giving people the wrong advice. As law number 19, it says, know who you're dealing with. Do not offend the wrong person.
Yes.
You know, so I tell people all the time, like, you don't know what you know until you watch, you pay attention, and you listen. That's when you really see, who really running the crib, who really doing this, who really doing that. Or you got we got somebody trolling, but that's good. The trolls is low key.
What the trolls said.
The trolls is low key admirers, but it's cool. Yo, but next question though.
I flame him. What he said?
Nah, he didn't. He not really trolling. He said Vic soft, but it's cool.
Hey yo, you don't know Vic. Why are you here? Get Vic meat out your mouth.
Yo, chill, man. We ain't gotta do that, man. Chill, man. Damn, man.
My fault. You on Ramadan? My bad, bro.
Yo, man. We trying to be.
I got real Bronx real quick, right? My bad.
Yo,
bro.
We trying to be better men, bro. We trying to be role models.
My bad. I ain't mean it like I hate him and I wanted to hurt him. I just wanted to talk some slick back. Welcome to the chat. I love you, brother, whoever you are, and may peace be upon you.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? We gotta teach these dudes by we gotta teach these dudes by example, man. We can't stoop down to their level when you're above.
You're right. This a lot of y'all don't even know, man. Me and Vic being in DMs. If you feel like I went too far on something, he be letting me know, man. He like my advice on this, because I be wanting to really troll y'all. I be wanting to really see how far I can take it without getting my channel taken down. Vic be like, yo, man, chill, man. Yo, stop. You supporting the wrong people. Yo, man, you shouldn't have said that. This is the type of people we all need in our lives. A no man, not a yes man. Somebody who gonna be like, yo, listen, nah, buddy. Because you know,
make sure y'all hit the likes, man.
They'll just let you crash and burn.
Yeah, bro. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying? You gotta know when to tell somebody like, yo, bro, I think you went too far on this one. You know, and those are good friends, bro. Those are good associates. People who gonna tell you like, yo, bro, you ain't gotta do this, bro. You ain't gotta prove like yourself
I would do
to
for
nobody.
My own people.
You know what I'm saying? So yo, make sure y'all hit the thumbs, man, so it can circulate. You know, I know Nate don't need the likes, but you know, other people.
I do need the likes. I definitely need the likes. I do.
Other people could benefit. This is how YouTube pushes it out there. If you're liking it and you know what I'm saying, and you sharing it, so you can get out there. But yeah, what was the next thing, bro?
Okay, so all right, I believe we spoke about. First of all, I want to say if I could go back, if I would change anything, because I was thinking about if I would before I asked you this question for like a week. I don't think I would change anything either, because it all led me to be the man I am today. You know, I was always smart. I always had a heart, but I also had this attraction to be a part of violence and be like an instigator in situations. And like, I felt like I had this thing where I wanted to prove myself. Like I was dealing with certain insecurities, and I found knowledge of self in Mar 3 Lower in 2008 in Rikers Island. I'm always say his name, Brother X, who was an officer who had us reading, who first told me about the autobiography of Malcolm X, which I had my mother give for me. Behold the Pale White Horse. He had us watching the Zeitgeist documentary video. And it was from that point on, I started viewing everything differently. It was from that point on.
You know, he took his Shahada when I was there. He came into the mosque in the full building in like 2010. He took off his shoes, went on the rug, and he took his shahada when I was there. Brother X.
Shout out, Brother X, man, for taking that step, man. I also, a lot of people don't know this, but I also have an affinity for the Muslim culture. Even though I'm not very religious, if I had to choose, I would be Muslim because, you know, like my father's side of the family is mostly Muslims or Jehovah's Witnesses. Mostly Muslim. And actually, I found out recently that we was Jews before that, but you know, they don't want black people to say they was Jews. They try to erase that out the history books. But we really was like synagogue and all of that, but then transferred to the Nation of Islam like in the 70s and stuff like that. So I grew up going to family reunions, watching like 50 Muslims get on their knees, pray in the middle of the day, like over the rugs. I seen all of that, and I respect the discipline that comes with it. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I wouldn't change nothing. You know, I wouldn't change.
Yo, now that I think about it, I will change certain things. Not the way I move, but I definitely should have crunched like 2 dudes at least that I felt like.
You're right. Now I gotta walk it back too. It's a couple dudes I let slide, and I should have knocked their head off their shoulders. You right. It was a couple dudes I let slide. You right.
It was this one dude that was Crip. I ain't gonna say his name, but they sent him on a mission to get at me because, you know, I was a Crip player at one point. You know what I'm saying? Because I was shot a Crip. So, you know, it was this dude that they sent at me. And, you know, when he seen me, he copped the plea. You know, now I ain't going to say his name. He copped the plea, you know, because if I say his name, you know, dudes be trying to play. You know, I'll be outside, so these dudes be trying to play that they can step up to me. And, you know, I want to revert to that dude. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I've been trying to avoid problems. So anyway, he came up to me and he was like, I knew they sent him. I'm not dumb. You feel me? Because I already knew I was a plate.
Wait, hold on 1 second, bro. Shout out my brother Chewy Payton, man. Shout out my nigga Chewy, man. What's up, man? What's up?
Yeah. So they sent this dude at me, and when he seen me, he like, yo, what up, bro? Yo, what's good? I know the love wasn't real though. You feel me? And then he tried to tell me like, yo, they told me to clap you or they told me to get at you, but I told them, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I know you didn't tell a big homie you wasn't gonna do something. I know
lying.
I know you ain't tell a big homie when he sent you on a mission that you wasn't gonna do it. And then when I got moved to adults, mind you, he seen me, we talked. It was none of that hostility, none of that. I got moved to adults, and then the story was that I was a day room dude, that they was taking my commissary, that I was soft, that I was copping the plea. Mind you, we was never even in the same house together. So that dude, I feel like I had 2 situations like that. I had that situation, and I had another situation with a dude that called the town and lied and said that he jumped me. Mind you, I Frank stand this dude. He thought I was low riding. He thought I was low riding when I first pulled up. So he was telling everybody I was Crip because he thought I was hiding. Mind you, people knew in my crib. They knew in my house that I was Crip. You feel me? So he was telling everybody, yo, he Crip. You know how they be doing, trying to get you smoked. So then I Frank stand him. Then he pulled up to my house. Then he sent a message, a kite to another dude that was YB's. The dude came and approached me. Again, a lot of these dudes not built for that action. He approached me. So when he asked me, did I have words with his mans, I already knew he sent them on a mission. So I'm like, yeah, like, what's up? You know, I already know what time it is. You feel me? He supposed to pop that bottle when he did it.
Hey, yo, bro, so someone named Lynn Nubian asks, what does Frank stand someone mean? They clearly not from New York, so tell them what it means.
Frank stand me like, you know, the wee man. You invite somebody to the wee man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's
like SMB.
Fill in the blank.
Yeah, it's like suck my penis, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but when you get to a certain age, you should be beyond saying that.
Yeah, so I had to slap somebody actually in adolescence for playing like that with me, because you know a lot of young dudes used to play like that too.
Exactly. That's where it comes from.
But that's a whole other story. But anyway,
I think Harlem invented that term, man. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I think
I think
Harlem invented that.
yeah, I
Man.
think Harlem was doing a lot of weird stuff. Even in the Killer Season movie, when son was peeing on the dude,
Yeah,
I
like
just felt like, sir,
shout out Harlem, man. But y'all,
yeah,
y'all foul, man. Y'all
yo,
get foul sometimes.
yo, even I thought even the what up dick, that shit is weird to me too. I don't know who invented that,
Yeah,
but
yo, I
but
think that's New Orleans. That
you
might
know
be
what I'm
New
saying?
Orleans.
Yo, I just feel like certain things was weird, man. But but anyway, definitely shout outs to Harlem. You know, I be in Harlem a lot. You know, I love Harlem. But yeah, bro, it was another dude. He sent the kite to his man's because I Frank stand him, and then he pulls up to my crib. Mind you, he didn't want to fight. He didn't want no problems. He didn't want no action. The moment he leave my house, he called the town and told them that he got me jumped. Bro, my man's come see me the next
Why he
day.
lying so much? Why he?
Yo, bro, my man's come see me the next day like, yo, you good, bro? He says, yo, they talking out in the town that this dude got you smoked. I'm just like, yo, when I catch this dude,
He was trying to
like,
humiliate you, and he wasn't even nowhere near you.
yo, so it was crazy, bro. But yeah, if I could go back, I feel like them two dudes, I would have definitely made an example out of them. But everything else would have been cool. But what's the next topic?
I bet. You know what? We got an hour in. I'm gonna remember that in my mind because I'm gonna separate this. Let's get away from the jail talk now, and let's talk about single mothers. And we're
My
gonna end
son
it
be
after
going.
this topic.
My son stay going at the single moms.
I don't. I actually don't. I got love for them. I got single mothers in my family. I just know that there's differences in quality. You
Yeah, I
not
feel you.
trash just because you're a single mother. There's levels to this. So the question is, are single mothers really that bad? That's the question. Are single mothers really that bad? And the reason why I want to ask this question is because we watch a lot of the same YouTube content, just like a lot of the brothers and some of the sisters who are in these comments right now. And you know, a lot of things that get blamed for what's wrong in the Black community, they say it's because of a single mother. Now, me as a man, right? I'm always gonna say, even if it's only 1% more blame that the man gotta take, the man has to take majority of the blame for the simple fact that if he controls his penis, he can avoid a lot of situations. And this is a very, 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 very hard lesson I had to learn myself. Men play a part in creating single mothers. So I want to discuss what are the bad things that come with being a single mother. And I also, if we can, speak on why single mothers are not so bad. Would you like to take the lead on this?
So I would say this. I don't even know where to start, but I think that yes, it takes two to tango. Definitely do take two to tango. If you don't, if there's any women here listening, make sure y'all like, yo, shout out to Nate Almighty, man. I ain't gonna front. I remember I started slacking for a little bit, and then like I just seen Nate. I just seen Nate come up mad fast. Like he was at 10,000 subscribers mad fast. I was still like, oh bro, I was at 15K for mad long, bro. And then I'm like, I remember when you was like, bro, you had like about 5, bro, 7. Then I watched you go to like 7. Then I'm like, I was like at 15 already. Then you got to like 10. I said, oh nah, bro, I'm bugging.
Putting
I was
that
like,
work in, boy.
I was like, yo, I'm bugging out here. I'm like, bro. Me and Saint Laz at one point used to like our numbers was close, bro. Like I just felt like I don't know, bro. I started having too much fun last summer. I started traveling, but nah, bro. But shout outs to you, bro. Like you definitely been working. You definitely been out here putting out videos
Appreciate
and
you,
doing
bro.
your thing.
Appreciate you. I spoke to Saint Laz too. I'm gonna get Saint Laz on here soon.
He
gonna do it.
So,
I'm gonna get all y'all, man. I'm gonna get all y'all. Me and Mac Mean about to put something together too. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
I ain't got no issues with K Solo. I might highlight K Solo too.
K Solo also apologized to me in one of my, so shout outs to that man. It takes a real man.
I want to spread it around. I want to work with everybody from the city.
It takes a real man to be able to apologize to another man.
He's not a bad guy. He's not a bad guy.
Yeah, so he definitely apologized. So shout outs to that man. I know it takes a lot of courage for some of us to do that, to just be able to, he put it in the comments so other people could see it. He didn't do it on the low behind the scenes. You feel me? So I respect that. But anyway, about single mothers. If you don't get nothing from this video, and you're a lady or you're a sister, or you got sisters, or you got women that you care about, this is the message right here. If you don't get nothing from this video, is this: when it all comes down to it, a woman has the last say so and the last decision when it comes to having a child, right?
Facts.
So it does take two to tango, and this is not just to put the blame on the woman. It does take two to tango, but a lot of times we see that the woman has the last say so. If the man, in situations where the man don't want to have the child, the woman still has the last say so. She can still go ahead and have a child that a man might not want to have, right?
They are, yes, women are in control of who gets brought into this world. No child is brought into this world unless the mother, before anyone else, wanted that child to be here. That's all of us. All of us walking the earth right now. Yes.
So I say that to say, like, in 2022, as a woman, you cannot conceive a child unless in some form or fashion you wanted to conceive that child.
Facts.
You have plan B. You also have, first of all, they have a female condom that you could have used. A lot of y'all don't walk around with female condoms. That's one, right? Y'all always depending on the man. Y'all always depending on the man to have condoms. But you can carry condoms too, as a woman, right? They got a female condom and you can carry male condoms. You should not be letting a man go into you without a condom.
And you can also be abstinent, for real. For real.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, ladies, listen. You be bleeding 5 to 7 days a month, and you still can't take a break. Come on now, relax. Relax.
So we both have to be accountable, right? The same way a man could carry condoms, the same way you could carry a condom too. It's your body, your choice, right? Your body, your choice. So you should be making that. You should be definitely enforcing that. Like, yo, you're not getting up in me without a rubber, right? If you're not on the pill, we shouldn't be even indulging in this anyway, right? But since the people don't want to get married no more, since the people just want to be out here having illicit sex and just doing whatever they're doing, when you choose to live by certain rules and certain behaviors, right? When you want to be out here getting drunk, pissy drunk, and having crazy nights, and again, this is not me putting blame on the sisters, but it's just holding them accountable too. That at the end of the day, you have the last say so when it comes to having these children. So, and another thing I want to add is this: when a man does not want to have a child with you, and you sit here and say, "I don't need you, I can do it by myself,"
it's problematic.
Don't feel no type of way when you are doing it by yourself. I don't feel sorry for no woman who said out of her mouth, "I don't care, I don't need you, you can go ahead, I got this," and then you want to cry a sob story. Because there's plenty of single women out here who you can look at, who you can learn from, who will tell you it's not easy. It's not easy raising a child by yourself. And any sister who get up here and try to make it sound good because she trying to play like she's super strong, like she Wonder Woman. Like, a lot of women just be trying to play the part. And but behind closed doors, they're crying. Just like a lot of men. A lot of men are acting, a lot of men in jail, they acting like it's all sweet and it's all good, but it's a lot of wet pillows in prison. And this is the things that I try to push out there when I talk to my people, that these dudes be talking about the glory stories and the wars in the yard, and they stabbed 100 dudes, and they did this and they did that, but they're not talking about the tears they cried in themselves.
Facts.
They're not
Speaking of
talking
which,
about,
I spoke on that before. I got a video coming up on that too. Facts. It happens.
you know what I'm
I've been
saying?
there.
They're not talking about when they was in the box crying. They're not talking about nobody was there for them. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you can't take it no more.
Yeah, they're not talking about the suicidal thoughts that go through your head when you in the box. They're not talking about it. So they sitting here romanticizing gang life and prison life, trying to make it sound cool and appealing, and they're not talking about the suffering. So the same thing I would say for our sisters: stop romanticizing this independent stuff when you know you don't want to die alone. Stop romanticizing, this strong single mother stuff when you know when you know you lose control over your kids by the time they get to their teenage years. Stop romanticizing it. So that's what I got to say about baby mothers. I would say that it is not only your fault. Men are also at fault, but at the same time, you hold the key to your treasure box. I tell sisters all the time, if you was to tell men out here, I'm not having sex with you unless we are married, a lot of these men will stop talking to you. A lot of the men who only want to smash will get out your DM. A lot of the men who are just trying to get your goods or just trying to use you, they wouldn't be around you because you were telling them from the beginning, I'm not giving up the cookie unless I get married. And that's just my thoughts on single motherhood.
Facts. All right. So transitioning to me, all I know is that if you have any kind of logic, you can tell that most men or women who end up being criminals, chances are they come from a broken home. And what a broken home is a home that did not have a mother and a father in it, but not just a mother and a father, a productive mother and father whose heads are in the right mind space. Because we also forget about that. The kid ain't good just because the mother and the father is there. If the kid would be better off with two parents in the right mind state, but if they have one parent with the right mind state, they better off than one parent who's shitty, or two parents that's equally the same way. We have to acknowledge that. That's just something that women don't acknowledge. We all come, not we all, but a lot of us come from similar, kinds of families. It's learned behavior. We don't know no better. I feel like due to the internet, we at a point in time where there's a lot more information going around. I recently seen an article that said for the first time in like 30 years, there's like a higher percentage of children being raised in two-parent households.
Yeah, they said like 70%.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. But if we're gonna make this work and we're gonna stop creating single mothers, there has to be an understanding going on. We gotta have men who acknowledge the fact that, one, you gotta carry yourself a certain way if you're dealing with a woman. I would advise men to not lie. I would advise men to be the greatest version of themselves and be a great man. Therefore, if you somebody who you really feel in your heart that you can't be with just one woman and you need two, as long as you don't make it just about sex, you could be honest to women and you can find the right type of situation for you. But that comes with responsibilities. Me personally, I feel like the only way we can end single motherhood at this point is for women to openly practice polygamy, period. Openly practice polygamy, that's the only way. Women have this my man type of thing with them, even though due to, men, especially black men, we have a lot of us either going to jail, dying, or practicing the alternative lifestyle. There was already way more women than men before that. So with all this extra stuff going on, it's probably one straight man for every 6 to 10 straight women. You know, like if these kids gonna have fathers, you know, women don't necessarily want to acknowledge this truth, but we would probably have to get into polygamy and let men openly practice polygamy and tell them that they have to work hard on themselves and work to be great, and give these men who want to practice that a reason to do great things and get their money up, build whatever they got to build, do something. It got to start somewhere. Otherwise, it's just going to keep going down that route. Y'all know what's going on. It's more and more men being exposed for being people like Benzino, Young Buck. It's a whole lot more of that going on. You know what I'm saying? More and more women, more and more men are becoming women, practicing the alternative lifestyle. If women would just be honest, you know, it's not a lot. It's not a lot for y'all to pick, especially in the Black community. It's not a lot of y'all, you know, and only a rare few of our own women can actually go out of their own race and get a quality dude, because like it or not, outside of our race, most of our women are fetishes. Fetishes. So what is a fetish? You gonna get fetishized. He gonna lay with you, but he not gonna bring you home to meet his mother. He not gonna make that commitment with you. He not gonna want you to have his kids. So at the end of the day, you just getting the body out the situation when your own men are the people who love you and they understand you the most. You know what I'm saying? Another thing, I have no personal issue with single mothers. My only thing is that a lot of women make themselves single mothers because they know that they have government assistance. Let's just call it for what it is. These are facts. They have government assistance. If there was no government assistance, there would be a whole lot less women just going around doing whatever they want. If you had to have your child not get no assistance and actually be out on the street, if you couldn't pay your bills, or y'all all had to go out and sell y'all bodies to be able to take care of y'all children, there'll be a whole lot more responsible women out here. And every time I say that, yes, part of the blame goes to men. You know, they act like we can't specify about women without including men. So I'm gonna just include our asses too. But also, like I said, I have no issue with single mothers. I only have the issue with the approach of some single mothers. If you're a widow, you're a single mother because you're a widow. You was a wife, or you was about to be a wife. You know, there's a mind state. Like, I feel like there's a difference between a single mother, a single woman, and a baby mama. You see, a baby mama is a woman who don't have the qualities to become a wife, don't have the qualities to even be a serious girlfriend, because unfortunately she was raised the wrong way. And, you know, we got childhood trauma to blame for that. We got lack of a father or mother in the household. These are baby mamas. These baby mamas are women who...
Hold on. Before you go real quick, let me address some of the comments real quick, right? So you got this dude,
bro. I'm listening. I gotta take a picture real quick.
All right. So you got Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby. That name kind of crazy, by the way. But you got Bill Cosby personalizing the conversation, talking about his upbringing and his situation. And it's always people. It's always people who say these things, right? So he said, my mama a single mother in her MSG, whatever that means. I'm her rock and successor. So what are you saying, cuz? He also said, oh, well, whatever. The other thing he said doesn't really matter. But the thing is this. People, just because you're the exception of what we're talking about, does not mean the exception becomes the rule, right? So we got a habit of doing that when we hear people talk about certain things, when we hear people talk about baby mothers, and when we hear people talk about single parent households usually breed um, chaotic environments. When we talk
Yeah.
about those things, there's always somebody who has a noodle brain, or I don't want to call you a noodle brain, but there's always somebody who doesn't comprehend well what is being
Hey,
said.
listen, Pill Cosby, it's all
No,
love, bro. But listen, the way you responded to this is feminine, bro. That's what women do. We men, we can't internalize everything.
hold on,
This
I'm
is
gonna
a
get there.
generalization.
Hold on, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there, Nate. Hold on, I'm gonna get there, man. I'm gonna drop bombs. You need the boom, 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 the flex. You know what I'm saying? But look, man, it's always somebody who personalize it and try to talk about themselves like you the epitome, like you the epitome of the Negro, right? Like you the what they used to call them? They used to say you the exceptional nigga. You know what I'm saying? You got raised in a single parent household. Look how I turned out. Let me tell you this. The exception is not part of the rule. Everybody is not going to be LeBron James coming out of a single parent household. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody is gonna be LeBron James.
Everybody's
It's
not going
only
to be.
one. You ain't never gonna see another one.
Yo, but the point of this is that the exception is not part of the rule. We're talking about on the average what is going on in our communities. It's not about personal, what happens to you personal. Because personally, I think my mom instilled some great morals on me. I just did what I wanted to do, right? And that's usually what happens. Single mothers tend to lose control of their teenage kids, right? It's not personal. It's not attacking nobody. But if you do take it personal, it's for a reason that you're taking it personal. Um, and like Nate said, a lot of men who were raised by single women, they have female traits. They have a lot of female traits. A lot of these dudes that can't control their anger and are going out there and shooting people in broad daylight or shooting people in front of cameras. They know there's
This is
cameras.
all they was raised by.
This is clear. This is clear. Like you don't even have no logic. Women, not trying to play our sisters, but women don't think logically. As a man, look, if you look up the left brain and the right brain, women think right, they're right brained, and men are left brained, meaning that we think more linear. We think most of the time we're better at mathematics. It's hold on, let me give you some of the things, man. But it's a lot of things that go into that, but because a lot of people don't read into certain things or they don't learn certain things, they don't really know. They think we just be chatting. So look, so when it comes to left brain versus right brain, right? The right brain thinks with their feelings, feeling, visualization, imagination, right?
Lord
Imagination, a lot,
Bailey, peace. Yeah, bro.
imagination, intuition, rhythm, holistic thinking, the arts, right? Imagination. A lot of women's standards are based on imagination, on unrealistic things, right? They think they're gonna get the six-figure dude that's 6 foot tall, dark skin, and they got the whole description of what they think they deserve. It's based on imagination, right? The men, on the other hand, left brain thinkers, they think in words, sequencing, linear thinking, mathematics. We think based on facts and logic, right? So when you see a lot of these brothers out here, so a lot of times it's not even hard to tell when the dude was raised by a single mother, just based on the way he's moving and he's operating. So to sit here and try to act like, and I don't know you, Bill Cosby, but everything that kind of like a lot of things that we've been saying, I don't know if you're just trolling, but a lot of things that we're just saying, you're just personalizing them and you're just using your emotions with it. So it's almost like, damn, you didn't even have to tell me you was raised by a single mom, because I already see how you moving, right? So not trying to attack you, but we're just having a general conversation that it needs to be had. And aside, and I want to say this, aside from what Nate said, America is actually one of the leading countries in the world when it comes to single parent households. Never mind the black community, America as a whole is
By
the
design.
leading country, the leading country in the world when it comes to single parent households. So this is not just a Black community problem. This is an American issue. It's a cultural American issue. And I think it's mainly because of this whole feminist ideology or this strong woman stuff that I can do it on my own. I don't need a man. And then when we see the results of that, I think the big problem is there's not enough masculinity. And the reason there's not enough masculinity is because of single parent households. And after that, I'm gonna shut up.
Yes, and I just want to add one more thing. Bill Cosby, my brother, I don't know you, but I love you. But I just read your message, and when you say you your mother's successor, nowhere ever in history of manhood was a man a successor of his mother. I haven't heard of that anywhere. You're usually the successor of another man. A man who does something great. Usually his child is his successor, maybe his apprentice. And by child, I mean son. So maybe your son could be your successor, but you can't be your mother's successor. That don't really make no sense. I know, see, a lot of us, I didn't necessarily grow up with a single mother. I mean, like, my father died when I was young, right? I probably only have known my mother to be with about 5 men my whole life. Her husband, who she with right now, she was with since I was in the 8th grade. That's my stepfather. I wasn't necessarily raised by a single mother, but I had a mother who was single at times. A whole lot of people in my family, unfortunately, were raised by single mothers on my mother's side. I've seen what it does. You know, this ain't no personal attack, you know, on nobody who was raised by a single mother. We all know y'all love y'all mothers, you know, and we also know that a lot of our mothers, and I'm just gonna group us all together, even though I'm not talking about nobody in particular. A lot of our mothers ain't shit, wasn't shit our whole lives, never gonna be shit. Some people mothers was drug addicts, prostitutes, abusive. That's another thing we don't talk about, which is the abuse that children go through at the hands of single mothers when there's no man, to stop her from going overboard. Because you know women are mostly emotional. And what I've seen mothers do sometimes in my own family is they let the kids slide more than a father would. You see, a father is quicker to discipline because discipline needs to be done. And a mother will get frustrated because she let her kid slide so many times and then it escalates and the kid really goes overboard. So now she's angry while she's disciplining the child. These things happen.
Another thing I would encourage men to do. So this is what I did. I went to the clinic to get my testosterone levels test. My testosterone levels are above normal. Well, that's what they say in the medical. And so I'm kind of trying to figure out from a holistic doctor what is normal and what is not normal. Because, you know, a lot of times in the Western world, they tell us certain ranges are normal and certain ranges are not. But I would encourage you brothers to go see what your testosterone levels are. You probably can't see it that clear. But I'm probably gonna post it on my channel, the picture. But I would encourage brothers to see that because some brothers have very low testosterone levels, and that can affect you. And some brothers have a lot of too much testosterone, and that can affect you also. So I encourage brothers to when you go get your physical, a lot of brothers don't be going to the clinic anyway. They don't be having physicals and yearly checkups.
Yeah, you know. A lot of dudes, you know, they wait for the girl they sleeping with to get tested. But we're not just scared until they get the results.
Yeah, but it's not even. It shouldn't even be just about STD. You should get your cholesterol. You should get your sugar. You should get all of that stuff checked out. It's very important.
Get the prostate. Go ahead, let the doctor put his finger in your booty.
Yeah, you should get. You should definitely check those things out. But you should definitely check what your testosterone levels is looking like. And also vitamin D deficiency. Vitamin D actually, just these are just things that affect us, affect the way we behave, our emotions. It affects our health. So I just thought that was important to bring up.
Yes, and as somebody who works out, I want to add on, if you want to increase your testosterone levels, part of that is doing some working out, not eating so much sweets. Sweets decrease testosterone levels. Try not to beat your meat so much. Eat a lot more protein. There's just little things like that. That's important. We're men. I've read that the easier it is for a man to grow his facial hair, chances are he has more testosterone than a man who cannot grow facial hair so easily, because part of growing facial hair takes testosterone. So some of you brothers might want to look into that. What do I have to say in order to close this topic about single mothers? I want to say I got love for single mothers. Once again, a lot of the best box I ever had was from single mothers.
Yo, this dude is crazy.
I'm just keeping it a G. As far as dating goes, if you meet a woman who has one kid or has one baby father, and you feel like she got a good judge of character, and you feel like she a good woman, I say go for it. If she got more than one baby fathers, I would say you don't need to do nothing more than lay her down and spray her down. Get your practice on, keep it moving. You a fool. I would advise people who don't have kids to do not get serious with any woman who has kids. Don't rush to continue a family that another man already started and make yourself financially responsible for other people's children. That's stupid. Take the time out to meet a woman who don't have kids. Start your own legacy. Period. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Just because we was raised by single mothers and you love your mother, that don't mean you should be viewing these harlots out here like the way you view your mother. Chances are they way more fucked up in the head than your mother ever was or ever will be. But however, I wish the best for all women worldwide. I wish the worst for all predators, child predators, rapists. I'm gonna say that because you say the R word too many times. They don't allow you to monetize your video. I wish the worst for anybody who preys on women, forces themselves on women. I would say whether she got kids or not, that doesn't determine whether she's a good woman or not. So as a man, you got to have a proper judge of character. Is there anything else that you would like to say, my brother?
Yeah, I agree, man. I just think that
Hold on, let Nubian say, yeah, you chatting. Who chatting, Len? We said something you don't like, sister. I love you, right? If you find Lynn said, I'll take you on a date.
Lynn said being passive aggressive, Vic. So I don't know if she said I was being passive aggressive. Women and men use both sides of their brain.
Lynn like to argue.
All right, yeah. She said, she said men and women. That's actually correct. Men and women do use both sides of their brain, right?
Yes.
To a certain extent. What I said was that men are more so left-brained than right-brained. And I gave you, and this is the thing.
Prince was good.
And this is the thing. A lot of women hate to admit it, right? And that's part of logic. You could tell a woman 2 + 2 = 4. For example, this is how I'm gonna shut it. This is how I'm gonna shut it down, right?
I wrote something about that on my Facebook. What you just said, bro.
This is how everybody don't think based on facts and logic, Len. Stop it. So this is how I'm gonna put it down to you. 90% of women. This is how illogical and irrational women think. It's not all women, but it's most of them, right? So don't feel attacked, sister. If it's not true, it's not true. Just keep it going, right? So look, 90% of women want to be, they think, no, 90% of women think they deserve 5% of men. Listen to that math. That math is horrible. This is a prime example. This is a prime example of how a lot of women mathematics be wrong, all the way wrong. I'm saying 90% of women want 5% of men. Not even just want. They think they deserve. If you ask most women, they're going to tell you they deserve a 6-figure man that's above 6 feet tall, that has a big slang, that got a few cars, owns a few cribs, does poetry, know how to sing. He could build a house from scratch. They got all of these things that they want. That's based on their imagination.
Fairy tales.
Imagination is not necessarily real. That's based on their they literally have created a standard based on an imagination, and they think it's going to become real. And that's why a lot of these sisters be sitting here waiting. They think some dude with 6 figures, which is 5% of men, is going to come and pick them up out the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? And all they got to offer is box and a degree at a community college. Not trying to shoot at community college, but I'm just thinking, for you to be thinking, you know what I'm saying? For you to be thinking that you are deserving of this man that is only 5% of the American population, you got to be out of your mind. So that's just a prime example of, and a lot of sisters come to the conversation just offering coochie. They think that, bro, when it's your birthday, they want to give you coochie. When it's Christmas, I don't celebrate these things, right? But I'm just giving you.
Ooh, you go deep, man.
I'm just giving you the irrationality that these sisters. I'm just giving you the irrationality that these sisters come through with, right? Birthday, coochie. Christmas, coochie. Easter, whatever other holidays you celebrate, Valentine's Day, whatever, right? That's all they have. When you spend, you know what they say? A lot of these sisters say things like this. Well, you're supposed to spend on me. I gave you coochie. That's a prostitution mindset. That is a prostitute mindset. To think that because you gave a man your box, he needs to spend on you. You're exchanging box for money. You know what I'm saying? Like this is how irrational our sisters have become. In the age of them going to college, in the age of them getting degrees, in the age of them being smart now, right? Or in the age of them being independent, in the age of them being all of these things, they still can't manage to think straight and rational when it comes to simple things like dating, right? So when we sit here and talk about these things, this is not no things that I'm making up. This is not no bias. This is not because I hate women. This is not because I'm trying to downplay women. I'm telling you and I'm showing you that if you talk to the average woman here in America, they're gonna tell you, I deserve this. And when you ask them, when you ask them why you deserve these things,
you at the door,
they can't even tell you. Let's be real. When you ask these chicks why you feel like you deserve
keep going, bro. Keep going.
Yeah. When you ask these women, because I ask women these things. This is what I do. When you ask these women, why do you feel like you deserve these things? They can't even strictly tell you. When you ask a woman, why you think you deserve flowers? They can't even tell you. When you tell a woman why you think you deserve to be taken care of, why you think you deserve to be taken on trips, why do you think you deserve to be going to 5-star restaurants? Why do you think you deserve? Why you think you deserve? See, the problem is women think they deserve things just because they're women, and the reason for that is a lot of these pandering men out here, a lot of these dudes that lead with money because they don't have character and they don't have swag and they don't have other things. These men are creating the illusion in your mind that y'all just deserve things because y'all women. Nah, man. Nah. I don't believe in rewarding bad behavior, and that's the bottom line. I'm not going to reward a woman who is not behaving accordingly, and that's just what it is. That's just what it is. And you're right. It's an American thing, and I think it's spreading. It's starting to spread because American culture is starting to become global, and it's spreading all over the world. So you're starting to see other women in other countries trying to follow suit after the American women. So moral of the story is this: for the brothers that are listening, stop rewarding these women who are not worth it. Stop doing things for women just because they're a woman and they got a box. But I would say this: a lot of dudes is not getting no coochie. A lot of dudes can't get no coochie unless they spend money, right? So because they can't get coochie unless they use their money or unless they leave with money, a lot of women are using their coochie to get money. So it's a prostitute and trick behavior in our society that's going on. So I get it. When the dude can't get cootie, he gonna pay for it some way, somehow. But for the brothers who are trying to not leave with money and are trying to find themselves, I encourage you, do not leave with your money and stop rewarding bad behavior. The same way you're not going to reward a child, you're not going to get the child that toy he wants if he start throwing tantrums in the toy store and start knocking stuff down and start doing some of these things. So you got to do the same thing with women. You can't let them throw tantrums and then be like, okay, baby, I'm going to get you what you want. I'm going to buy you these shoes. I'm going to buy you this bag every time she throws a tantrum. No, you got to be able to tell these women, you want to act up? Yo, you can leave. Get out the door. And the problem is a lot of these dudes are,
they do not be trying to leave neither when you tell them.
And the problem is this: a lot of dudes be shacking up with women, so they can't tell a woman leave and go out the door because you in their crib. So I encourage you, brothers, if you can, don't ever move in with a woman, right? Unless both of your names on the lease. 2, stop leading with money, and a lot of things is going to change for you, guarantee you.
And this all comes with respecting yourself and knowing your own worth. Just know your own worth, man. It's okay to say no to pussy sometimes. It's okay to say no. Sometimes you just got to say no. Sometimes you realize that you was thirsty when you really trying to pursue a girl and then you just beat your meat. Sometimes, like, after you beat your meat, you'll be like, hey, yo, I ain't even worried about this bitch. I'm just saying. I've been there, you know. Sometimes you gotta rub one out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yo, bro.
Sometimes
and
you gotta rub
dudes,
one out.
Bro, I tell dudes that all the time, man. I think a lot of men, they be sexually frustrated because they don't be getting it like that, and because they be sexually frustrated. I ain't gonna lie. When you're sexually frustrated, that will have you out here moving on demon time. You'll take the ugliest chick home at the club. When you sexually frustrated, and she gonna look that night, she gonna look like a 10 of you.
And then you gotta think about why you sexually frustrated though. The most sexually frustrated people in the world, I would assume they don't have their lives together. They could be dirty. They don't know how to talk to women. They ain't got no game. And that only comes from being out there and shooting your shot and not being afraid of rejection. Like I said, you don't have your life together. You're not the best. You're not actively trying to become the best version of yourself. You're not a well-traveled person. These are all the people who are sexually frustrated, man. Like, if you're not at a point where you got vagina on the line and you thinking whether it's that serious or not, then that means you ain't at a place where you supposed to be. You're not player enough. You're not player enough, man. You got to get to a point where you don't care, man. Where you don't care if you don't get it or not.
I agree with Well-Made Designs. He said meditation. I think one of the moments where I've been the strong, not thinking about sex and been really like at my best, at my peak, is the moments when I've been closer to God. It's the moments when I've been reading my Quran. It's the moments when I've been praying the most. It's the moments when I've been focused. When I've been focused on whatever task I'm doing, right? Like whether if I'm doing a campaign, whether I'm working on, you know, something at work and a project. But I think the moments where I've been connected to God the most in my prayer, in my worship, it's the moments where I've been the strongest. and I haven't been worried about those things. I haven't been thinking about marriage or sex or those things, right? So I agree with that. Meditation, a lot of people, we live in a society that is moving further and further away from God, right? Every day,
I agree.
people, at one point we talked about God so much, right? At one point when this nation started, it was the church. The church was the power. Then there was separation of church and state. Then it's like
even in a whole lot of older like TV shows, kids cartoons, sitcoms, there was a lot more talk about God.
You know, yeah.
It's not. None of that is going on anymore. None of that is going on.
So it's almost like church and moralities have been replaced by like the alphabet city and all this other new things going on, right? It's like we having different conversations, right? And I think, and I get it, because you can't talk about God and talk about those other things, right? Because the moment you talk about God, it takes away the alphabet community. It takes away whatever these sisters is trying to do. Yeah. It takes away at a lot of things.
Talking about God forces you to have accountability based off of the scriptures in the denomination that you believe in. That's a fact. Hey, bro, Port-au-Prince asks, do y'all believe in no fap? Do you know what no fap is?
Yeah, I think definitely I believe in see brothers got to understand this. You can't be having a lot of sex like women. You know what I'm saying? Like a woman if you left it up with some women, they'll have sex all day. You know what I'm saying? That's why they got all these toys, right? They got every month they come out with a new toy for these sisters. It just shows how sexual they are, right? Like they wake up salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It just shows, right? Like these chicks are out here smashing everything. Every month they come out with a new toy. Some chicks have a whole. So the point I'm trying to make is this: you should never be trying to keep up. Like you can't even keep up, and I think that's bad, right? Because society today is going crazy. That's why I say don't be messing with these sisters who are so hypersexual, because you're gonna end up.
They broken inside. They looking for something.
You're gonna end up losing the battle because they're messing with all these toys. They're messing with all these things. They're looking at some crazy porn categories. Some of them probably been raped, and their trauma, their trauma has taken over their sexual lives, right? And it's sad. And the point I'm trying to say is this. Yeah, somebody says more toys for females than for kids. But look, the point I'm trying to get is this. Some women, you have sex with them, you could have made them orgasm 8 times. They still want to go. Some women still want to go. Like, and the thing is, when you ejaculate as a man, you losing some of your life force. You need your sperm. Zinc is something that you can't necessarily reproduce like that quick, right? Zinc is something that you can't even really get from other foods like that. So this is how important zinc is. Zinc is one of the main things that's in your sperm. And there's a whole bunch of other nutrients and minerals in your sperm. So when you're constantly ejaculating, when you're constantly taking these nutrients and these minerals out of your body, this is why they say when you ejaculate, it feels like you ran about what? I think 20 miles. I don't know how many miles. But it says you feel winded. You feel like, and don't let no sister sit here and tell you, well, I know other men who could not and keep going. It's not good for you overall. So
first of all, you know how your body feel after you get that off?
Yeah,
but staying in there?
But these sisters will try to, again, manipulate men into telling them, well, I know some men who can keep going. Okay, so go ahead, go be with them. Listen, I'm quick to tell a shorty, when a woman want to bring up some old dude, or he used to buy me this, or he used to take me there, or he used to do this for me, I'll be like,
you not with him no more, bitch.
I'll be like, go over there. Go over there. So brothers, y'all gotta learn, and I say this on my channel too when I make some of those videos. You gotta put these sisters in their place. When they try to belittle you, when they try to play with you, when they try to pull rank on you, dismiss them. Send them about their way. So yes, I believe men should not be ejaculating like that, unless you're trying to conceive. I think that's really what sperm was for. to fertilize the soil. And I think like if you're not trying to have kids, like why are you just wasting your life force? Why are you out here just doing this constantly? Like, and if you pay attention to health as wealth, sometimes you will ejaculate and your body just automatically feels different. Your concentration is off. Like even if you work out, it's been times when if you're working out, you could tell, man, you got a whole different pull. Like if you're doing pull-ups, you got a whole different push. You got a whole different type of energy.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
So yeah, I definitely agree with it.
Facts. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I'm preparing myself to get to the point where I don't masturbate ever again. I do occasionally get crazy. I ain't gonna lie. But you know, as I get closer to my spirituality every day and I get deeper into working out, I connect a lot of the things I was doing because, you know, I haven't really smoked weed like that since last Christmas Eve. You know what I'm saying? I don't really smoke no more. Last time I smoked was 420. I hit the blunt 3 times. I don't smoke no more. And I was associating all the things that I didn't want to do no more, the habits I didn't want to do no more. Occasionally masturbating is one of those things. And I just connect it all. You feel me? Like around the 20th, I caught wreck on myself. I also hit a blunt. I just be connecting it all. And I feel like I just need to disassociate myself from all of these things in order to be the best version of myself. So I would say, you know, when you're a young man, you're going to go through that phase. But once you're used to getting women, it really should be over. Like, I really have no reason to be catching wreck besides the fact that I spend way too much time on Instagram. Like, I be on creep time. Like, I be zooming in, trying to look at the nipple and all of that. Like
Yeah,
I got my favorite Instagram.
Yo, come get your man, yo. Come get your man.
I be wilding like if y'all know who Lala Baptist is, or
I don't know, bro. Look, you getting too descriptive, man.
Like Keisha.
You need to chill, man. You need to chill.
My girlfriend Jade. Yo, these are some of. I love women a lot. Listen, I'm not perfect. I got issues. Man. I'm never on no grapey vibes though. But I got my little perverted ways. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a dirty Bronx nigga. Like, what you want me to do? I'm growing every day, man. I love women, but I be chilling too. You know what I'm saying? But the point of this is that we gotta avoid distractions as well. You know what I'm saying? Having God in your life, having stuff to do, that distracts you from doing what I do occasionally, which is going on Instagram. And I'll go on Instagram looking at a health and wellness page, and I end up spending an extra 5 minutes on Instagram just because I'm looking at girls. I be wilding. I be like, let me do a YouTube video. I'm wasting my time right now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, and every time I feel guilty about wasting time, I do 1 or 2 YouTube videos. That's why I got so many up there. You know what I'm saying? Because I be trying to conquer all my negative stuff. But it's been about 2 hours, man. I just wanted to end it with a little bit of comedy. You know what I'm saying? Let's read some of these comments. Anybody got any questions for us? Anybody got any questions? Anybody want to say anything else? We gonna end this video in about 5 minutes. Anybody want to say anything to me? Anybody want to say anything to Vic? Yeah, let's read some of these comments, bro.
I would say this, bro. I like women too, bro. And women is one of my weaknesses, right? I don't really have too many weaknesses. They're not really a weakness.
It's just we men, we love them.
You know,
I be seeing you too. You be with a couple joints, man. Like, I'm gonna have to pull up boys, son. I be seeing you, and you be posting the same thing all the time. Good vibes. Good vibes.
my bad, Pill Cosby. I ain't see the stuff on 5God page. My bad. But what I was gonna say is, yeah, we you know, but one thing I want our women to be better. So you know, one thing that I do is this. I don't like those pictures. right? If you look at my algorithm,
Yeah, I
it's
don't like
really,
them either. I just look at them.
if I go through my Explorer page, you're gonna see babies, you're gonna see sports, you're gonna see Muslim stuff. So I try not to see certain things because those things, like you said, we like those things. We like women.
Yeah.
So when you see a twerking chick, you know, when you see a woman with a nice body or a pretty face, it's natural for us to kind of like, oh. So I try not to look at those things. I don't like it because I don't want to. I don't. It's already going to be 1,000, 100,000 dudes liking those pictures anyways. But for
Yeah.
me, I think that if men stop doing that, if men stop jumping in the DMs, if men stop jumping in the comments, if men stop liking all of these pictures and giving these women validations, I think a lot of them will stop doing it. I think if we like more women pictures who are reading books, if we like more women pictures who show their face more, if
That's
we
the
like,
thing, bro. That's the thing, bro. They don't read books. They
yeah,
don't
bro,
read.
yeah, but I think part of it is our fault, bro. I think part of
It
it,
is. It's our fault.
they paying attention to what we rewarding. They paying attention to what we looking at. What we, bro. One of my listen, man. I'm not gonna say no name and who it was, but one of my homegirls, she showed me what her DMs look like. I
Oh
seen
yeah.
I seen
Even the
some of,
wackest chicks DMs
bro,
be
listen.
lit.
I seen some of my friends on her DMs. I seen some of the people who follow me from YouTube in her DMs. And I'm just like, yo, dudes is crazy. And they just in the message resent requests.
They be
You know
all
what I'm
double, triple,
saying?
quadruple texting,
Bro.
get left on scene, keep going, then get
So
rejected, be
I
mad,
feel like
cursing out.
bro, at the same time, I think we play a part in it. Women are paying attention to what we liking, what we sharing, what we into. So we can't just sit here and say we want a housewife and we want a chick to be in the house. And at the same time, we out here, bro. We out here in the strip clubs. We out here, bro. These OnlyFans chicks would not be rich if it wasn't for men.
Facts.
So
Facts.
we gotta be real, bro. We gotta be real. Dudes need to stop buying that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Stop doing certain things, and the women will follow suit. That's just my
First
message.
off, that's crazy if you a man paying for OnlyFans. That's,
Yo,
you know,
men
Pornhub is
lead,
free. What is it? And you shouldn't
men
even be
lead.
on Pornhub. You
Look, bro.
crazy if you paying for OnlyFans.
Men lead, women follow. You're right, Nate. Go ahead. Tell them what you said. Men lead, women follow, though. And when we get better and we become better leaders, I'm telling you, they're gonna follow suit, bro.
I agree. It go both ways. Yeah, you know, they apply to our carnal pleasures. You know, they say they don't want to be objectified, but they do. You know, deep down they do. It's animalistic. It's human nature. You know,
Yo,
at a primal level,
I'll be like
they
this,
want to
right?
be objectified.
I'll be like this. You don't want to be objectified? Why you posting a picture like this?
Yeah.
What you showing me?
If
Why you
she's
showing me a picture?
anything but her face, she wants
Why you showing
to
me
be
the back of your
objectified.
head? Why you showing me the back of your head? And you got the 3-corner turn like this, and you talking about you don't want to be objectified. What are you showing me?
They do, but they don't admit what it is. They want to be objectified by dudes who they deem valuable. That's the difference between a dude catching a harassment case in work and the dude who just get laughs and end up smashing. It's a difference. If she deems him attractive and he let her give him some signs and he go along with it, it's cool. But if he's the creepy, super fat, ugly dude that stink, she want him to be fired for doing the exact same thing. You know, women be wanting to be objectified. They can't help it, you know, and we can't help it as men to objectify them a bit. Like, we can't help that we designed to not necessarily care about how much college credit she got, what degree she got. We don't care. They can't help the fact that they want to be desired. You know, women's biggest concern is their youth and their beauty. That's just who they are. Because as men, we like women to be a respectably young age based on how old we are. None of that creepo stuff, none of that pedo stuff for you weirdos in the comments or watching this video. You know what I'm saying? A comfortable 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, you know what I'm saying, depending on your age. We want that over a woman who might be 40. These days, by the time a woman 40, she got like 200 bodies.
And you know, to what you said, I think this, right? I think that's why I tell men don't leave with money. Because me personally, I believe this. I believe women, they gonna smash whoever they sexually attracted to, and that don't got nothing to do with money. I tell men all the time. Now, the chicks who are just looking for money, they just looking for a lick. You know what I'm saying? They out here on a different type of time. But I'm talking about women on the average. If a woman is sexually attracted to you, she most likely might let you get it, even if you're broke. Yeah, and when I say broke is, even if you're not wearing the latest designer, even if you don't have a car.
She like how you look, she letting you hit.
And I've seen this time and time over again. And
I've been that guy before. That's the fact.
And this is why I try to tell brothers, you don't need to lead with money when you are secure, when you are confident, when you have sex appeal. A woman, yo, bro, why you think a lot of these chicks be having these dudes in their crib, bro? Why you think
trying to keep that dick in house?
Bro, why you think some of these chicks, bro, why you think there's so many women? This is not just a few women. It's so many women who don't care if a guy got bread or not. It's so many of them.
Yeah. That's part of feminism too and all that. They're like, I got my own money.
Yeah. The reason why some of us don't. The reason why some of us don't see that. The reason why some of us don't see that is because we always go into the club where the boogers be. So when we always around the boogers, we think that most women want the same thing. But when you expand your horizons, when you start talking to different women, you're gonna see that there's a lot of women out there who don't care how much bread you got, who don't care if you got a car, if you taking public transportation. They like you for you, bro. They like your appeal, your sex appeal, your confidence, and your swag. So I be trying to tell the brothers all the time, man, get you some swag and you're gonna be all right.
But a lot of times you might just be lame. Like, not everybody can be lit with the girls, but you got to find you a girl that's not lit. Because, you know what I'm saying, the swag, it can't be on you. It got to be in you. You know what I'm saying? My last name is Peterson. For some reason, people with the last name Peterson, they know how to get it done. You know what I'm saying? I'm also from the Bronx. We just have a whole different type of energy. You know what I'm saying? Our energy. But not everybody is meant to be that dude, but you could still get what you need to get based off of who you are if you within the right circles. And my best advice is become very good at something. If you're very good at drawing anime, you could have a group of friends and all y'all just in the anime drawing Dragon Ball Z. You could get the best girl out that group.
Yeah.
It's whatever. Become great at something. Become better than everybody else at something. And then whoever's in that peer group, you could get you the best woman out of that.
I tell people this all the time when I first came home. You know how many women were trying to talk to me? Not just when I first, women still be trying to talk to me now. But the reason is, one, I don't really give them attention. Two, I should probably say this for my own channel. But Nate, I don't think Nate Muslim, because I know he's not finna eat in this Ramadan. I don't think Nate not Muslim.
I'm not Muslim.
Yeah, so what I would say is this: women, it's a lot of women, right? They knew I was in the shelter. They knew I was broke. I didn't really have bread like that or whatever. And at the same time, it was a lot of women trying to talk to me, because women take pride in changing a man. They take pride in help. Look, woman was designated to be men's helper. I don't care how much they want to deny it.
Oh, you gonna make them mad? Why you said that?
Yo, listen, I don't care how much they want to deny it. I don't care how much they don't want to talk about it. Women, Allah says in the Quran, right? He created the men, and then He created the woman from His rib, so that they may dwell in comfort with one another. The man was alone, and God created a mate for him, so that they could dwell in comfort together. So when you understand this as a woman, the woman, even if they don't understand this, this is part of their nature. This is why women always want to help men. They always, if you broke, she want to help you get money. If you're not going to school, she want to help you get into school. If this is what she does. If you don't know how to dress, she want to help you dress. If you know what I'm saying, if she know you got potential, all she needs to know is that you got potential. And this happens all the time. And a lot of people don't realize why women move like this. It's because they was designed to be our helpers. So this is why women take pride in trying to change you, trying to help you, trying to make your life better. And a lot of men lose sight of that. They lose, and I'm not trying to make this a man against woman, but a lot of men lose sight of the woman was created to aid me. And if she was created to aid you, you need to have some going for yourself. You need to at least have the vision of trying to create the empire. You know what I'm saying? It's not about, you're not supposed to let a woman lead you. A woman not going to lead you. It's not, she's not supposed to lead you. You're supposed to lead her. Even if she's helping you, even if she's improving your lifestyle, she's still just helping you. She still wants you to lead her. She's helping you so that you can become a better leader to lead her to the promised land. And a lot of dudes fail to realize that. They want to be shacked up under some chick. She going to work. You just eating up all the snacks. And if she got kids, you eating up all the fruit snacks. You just in the house doing nothing.
Which makes you a bum.
Facts. So I tell brothers that all the time. Figure out your purpose. And your purpose, for the most part, should always be connected to God or some type of creator, because some God's purpose is only money, and that's not good. Some God's purpose is only women, and that's not good in my opinion. You need something bigger than that. If your purpose is to change your community, that's a great purpose, because that's something that you're always going to be working towards. If your purpose is just getting money, you can get money and then be good, be satisfied.
You'll never be satisfied either.
You know, so I think find a purpose, like some communal purpose, building something for your community, or trying to improve your community, a nonprofit, or worshiping God, or something of that sort that you can always continue to work towards, and then everything else will fall into place. And that's just my advice. I've been talking a lot.
All right, listen, man. Another legendary video with Nate Almighty and Vic Slang Hope, man. I'm going to get Vic Slang back. I'm going to get him back again, man, so we can terrorize y'all niggas. Listen, if y'all want another Vic Slang Hope Nate Almighty video and you ain't catch this live, let us know in the comment section, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Subscribe to the Vic Slang Hope YouTube channel, man. A lot of good information, as well as, the drama and the nonsense we give y'all that y'all like, that we like to speak about. But there's also the positive messages. Listen, we be talking about some real positive things too, man, and they be getting less views. Y'all better stop that bullshit. Y'all better stop that, man. We be trying to do book reviews and all of that. Like, I got another book review coming up too, man. If I don't get at least 1,000 views for that, I'm going to feel some type of way. I ain't going to lie. Y'all might get a rant from me. Man. For real, yo. For real, yo.
Yeah, that's why
when I review How to Eat to Live by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, man, them views was not looking the way they were supposed to be looking, man. But anything else you want to say before we end this, bro?
I just want to say, man, if you didn't watch the video, rewatch it from the beginning. And if you liked it and you enjoyed it, at least share it with 3 people. To share we're not asking you for money. You know what I'm saying? Just to share, man. Just to share. Just to click the share button. Share with 3 people that might benefit from what we said. That's all we ask for, man. That's the support we ask for. You know, now if you want to donate a few little bucks, you know, to you know, Nate got the Snapchat. I mean the Snapchat. Nate got the cash. You know what I'm saying? But the shares is free, man. So we appreciate it. Gun Hill stands up. We appreciate everybody that came through. We wouldn't be who we are if it wasn't for the subscribers. Even the people who is not subscribing still support and share and like. We wouldn't be nowhere without the supporters. So I want to thank the people who stayed the whole time. It says it's 29 people. But I know at one point we was like at 50. A lot of people came through this video. So I just want to thank y'all. You always got to be appreciative of the people that come through, even the trolls. I appreciate the trolls too.
Thank all of you.
I appreciate everybody. So y'all stay blessed, y'all stay safe, and y'all stay hyper vigilant out there.
Peace.
Peace.